Here's 5 things every $1 million garage door company does differently. If you look at the top 5% of garage door companies, the one doing $1 million per year or more, they're not working harder than you. They're not putting in crazy 80-hour weeks. They're just working differently. And so they figured out how to make their business work for them instead of them constantly working inside their business. And they built something what I call leverage. And so in this video, I'm going to show you the 5 things every $1 million garage door business does that most small operators don't even do. And even better, I'll explain exactly how to start doing them today without spending more money than you already are. Okay, so they treat leads like gold. Leads are basically the lifeline of garage door companies. A lead is anyone who calls, texts, or fills out a form asking for a quote. And so top companies, they don't just wait for a call to happen. They track every lead, every follow-up, and follow up multiple times. And so they have systems in place to make sure that no lead falls through the cracks. And so here's what this kind of looks like. If a homeowner fills out a form, they call or text within minutes, not hours, and not tomorrow. Because the fastest you respond to them is usually the higher chance you close the job. And I believe Alex Hormozi said that if you call a lead within 5 minutes, it increases your sales by 391%. And so they also use automated texts, emails, and reminders to stay in touch with the leads. For example, if somebody asks for a quote and they just don't respond, they'll send a follow-up text the day after saying like, hey, just checking in, just want to see if I can help out. They also have a campaign to bring old leads back. Maybe somebody wasn't ready last month. They reach out again and then convert them. And they do this by retargeting campaigns on Meta. And they do this by targeting people who interacted with their business in the last X amount of time to retarget them so that they can actually convert. And so most small companies, they just take a lead and they hope it works out. And that's why they lose thousands of dollars every month without even knowing it. And so what I would say is to start tracking your leads. Try to respond faster and follow up at least 3 times with each lead. And I would say to treat every lead like it can be your biggest job of the month. Now the second thing they do is they run paid ads like a machine. $1 million companies, they don't rely on luck. They don't just wait and hope the phone rings. They actively go and find customers using ads. And here's the difference. They don't just throw money at random ads and hope it works. They run ads like a science experiment. Every dollar is an investment. They calculate how much each lead costs, how much profit each job brings in. And so they constantly test ads, images, headlines, and different offers to see what gets the best results using ads. They also track results. If something isn't working, they don't just keep putting money into it, they actually try to fix it actively. And that's why they're booked even when the smaller companies are slow. They don't think of marketing as just spending money, they think of it as buying jobs for their trucks. And so what I would say for you is that if you haven't done ads before, test maybe $50, $100 a day, see what works. Learn what brings in calls, and then just scale it. Don't guess, just track everything and see what works. Now the third thing they do is they sell like pros. Many techs think sales is a dirty word, but here's the truth. Sales is just helping somebody make the right choice. Top companies train their techs to guide homeowners through the process. They don't pressure, but they teach, giving trust and urgency and as well confidence to the homeowners. They know how to explain options clearly. Instead of saying, oh, this one's $2,200, this one's $3,800, they show why the more expensive option has better value. And another thing they do is that they close the sale on the spot. Instead of waiting to call back, it's basically just leaving money on the table. Because when a customer is ready to buy, their interest and their trust is at their highest point. And if you wait to call them back, the momentum fades and they're more likely to lose interest or choose a different company. And so these top companies, they also package their services in a way that makes their most high-ticket offers feels like the smartest choice. They also show logical upgrades instead of costly extras. And by showing the added value and the long-term benefits, the customer sees that the bigger jobs are their smartest choice. Now these companies also package their services in a way that makes their higher ticket offers feel like the smartest and most logical upgrades instead of a costly extra. And by showing the extra value for the long-term benefits, customer sees that the bigger jobs are the smartest choice. They also use upsells effectively. If they show up for a simple repair, they often turn into a full installation. And by explaining why it saves the customer time, money, and future hassle, they close more jobs and bigger jobs over time. Now, what I would say is that you can't scale without this. If your team doesn't know how to sell, no amount of leads or ads will make your business grow. And so if I were to give a suggestion, I would say try to train your teams on simple scripts. Focus on explaining value and not just price. And also practice closing right there with confidence. Now, the fourth thing these companies are doing is that they build a brand and not just a business. $1 million companies don't just fix doors. They make people trust and remember them. Branding isn't just a logo, it's how your trucks look, are they clean, professional, and are they easy to recognize? How your techs look is so important because uniforms matter because people remember professional appearances. Also, how you show yourself online, your reviews, videos, and social posts, it builds credibility and brand awareness. And so when people know your name, they trust your company. Prices become less important. They want the trusted company and not the cheapest option. So just by asking every happy customer for a review, you're building credibility. Also, post a video of your work. Make your business look professional everywhere people see it. And also a side note, the more reviews you have, the more likely somebody will refer you. Okay, now the fifth and final thing they do is that they think of systems and not tasks. These business owners, they create a system so that their business can run without them. So as the business owner, you are your best employee. So you know your business best and you can do the most high leverage tasks to make the most money in your business. And so some things that owners can delegate is marketing, schedules, and follow-ups, the things that just bring in leads through the door. They also can delegate tracking key numbers, like how many leads you're getting, how many convert, and how much each job would make them. And they also would delegate smaller tasks that just don't need their personal attention. And so when your business is run by systems instead of depending on luck or memory, growth becomes predictable. That's how you go from being busy to wealthy. And how I always say to figure out how to delegate is that I would write down your main processes and make a checklist or software systems for each of them. I would say automate your follow-ups, your schedules, and jobs automatically, and track your results, okay? So if you want to hit the next level, start thinking like the people who already did it. Okay, so let's recap. Treat leads like gold. Think every job might be your biggest one. Invest in marketing. Track every dollar. Marketing is the best investment you could possibly make with your highest leverage tasks. Train your teams like pros. You can't make money if you can't sell. Build a brand, not just a business. Brand builds trust, and people like trust. And systematize everything so it can run without you. And also automate your tasks so you can spend your time on the highest leverage tasks in your business. And so if you do these things consistently, you'll see that your garage door company grows faster than you'll ever thought possible. And so if this helped you, subscribe, leave a comment, and if you think I missed anything, just put that down below. And also if you need any help scaling your garage door business, I left a link in the bio.